And for the record, I love Hawaii. And my Hawaii boy is here right now, Roy Sakamoto.
Good morning.
Life is good.
Life is great.
Everything is perfect.
Yeah.
Sakamoto Properties, Coldwell Banker. We're still having fun in the real estate world and selling property.
We've been in business, wow.
It's really 50 years. You say it isn't, but it is.
Yeah.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
If it isn't, it's close enough that we can claim 50.
Yeah, going back to basically the start of Kapalua.
That's right, Kapalua.
Which was mid-'70s.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Kapalua started after us because we had already been in Lahaina, et cetera, for a long time when we ended up, moving up toward the Kapalua area.
Yeah, the Bay Course was the first development at Kapalua. And I think that dates back to 75, 76.
But again, that was after Sakamoto Properties. The Bay Course. Yes, it was, for sure. I'm absolutely sure of that much.
Yeah.
Because you were on the golf course then. I remember that date.
Yeah.
It was great. All was good.
That's when my handicap was pretty good, too.
It was. It's still good. You're still a great golfer.
Yeah, not quite, but...
You are.
Still having fun.
Still having fun. Well, here we are again, another day, Sakamoto Properties, in the real estate at the radio show. We've loved doing the radio show for a while, and it's amazing the number of people that actually listen. For a while, I kind of felt like, well, I don't know who's listening. It doesn't matter. We like doing it. We've got nice comments about it. We have fun, and that's kind of what it's all about. And if we get some good information to people that want to purchase real estate, that helps.
Yeah, either buy or sell, and
or hang on.
Yeah, and we've had fun over it.
We really have.
All these years, yeah.
And sometimes that's what we do counsel someone is to just hang in there. Don't sell, don't buy. It's not the perfect time, or it is the perfect time. But I think we have counseled people as good as we can.
That's right. And everybody buys or sells for different reasons. And sitting down with a professional, you can be guided to what is the best time to buy, best time to sell. All the various intricacies that go into buying and selling real estate.
Sometimes you just have to wait, or don't sell now, or sometimes you really need to sell, for any assortment of reasons, personal matters, any family matters that are happening, a financial crisis that you need to get out from under. And I think that there are so many reasons, and we do our best to see to it that somebody understands that, once it's done, it's done. And every so often I'll look back at someone that we've known well and wished, oh, I wish you didn't sell then. But again, they had to. There was a reason that really mattered, and it's good to always remember that there was a reason at that time.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
And, it's strange times, financial times that we're living in right now. And holding on to something solid like real estate, you can't go wrong with it.
I agree. So, it's hard right now, though, don't you think?
Well, yeah. It's to me, it's a great time to buy. There's some great buys out there, price-wise. Mortgage rates are up, but prices are down, so it's kind of a push in that. But you'll never go wrong buying real estate.
No, of course
and
you won't.
Holding on to it. You're not going to make a fortune overnight, but real estate, that's the basis of most wealth in the world.
I think no question about that. And yet, the same thing is true, Roy. If somebody really needs to sell today, we can help you, but it's a hard time. I think it is a harder time for certain properties. So listen to your agent.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a little difficult if it's a kind of a quiet market, which it kind of is right now, and you need to sell for whatever reason. Having professional guidance is your best resort. And so, look on our website. It's sakamotoproperties.com. Call us, Roy or Betty, 808-870-7060 for Roy, 808-870-7062 for Betty. And again, everybody's circumstances, buying or selling, everybody's circumstances are unique. So, reach out to us.
And have a conversation. I mean, have a conversation that goes more than 3 minutes. Take a little bit of time, think about what we've got to say or anyone else that you've talked to. Give everyone's ideas some consideration and then make your decision. And if you really feel you've got to sell, let's make it happen.
Yeah.
We'll advertise for you. We'll see to it that there's open houses if you choose to have them, and we'll do our best to get it sold as quickly as possible. And hopefully we'll all enjoy the process. It'll move on.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I agree with Roy. I mean, I do think that real estate is the basis of a lot of wealth in the country, and it has been forever. So I think it's really worth hanging on. But again, sometimes you can't. I mean, life is changing quickly. People are still having babies and all sorts of things going on in their life. And there's times when you have to make a decision that it's time to let go.
Well, it's a real estate show, Betty's Real Estate Corner, but I want to get away from real estate just for a minute here. I had lunch last week with Wilmot Kahaiali'i.
Yes.
Wilmot is a cornerstone. He's part of the well-known Kahaiali'i family, and very spiritual. Wilmot and his associate, Hop Singh, are putting together an event on August 8th of this year. It's called Lights for Lahaina. And planning is kind of preliminary right now, but the general idea is to march from, and this is in Lahaina, in the fire zone, march from Waiола Church down through Front Street and all the way over to what is commonly known as Baby Beach. It's actually Pu'unoa Beach, but the locals call it Baby Beach. And maybe even so far as to lighting lanterns to put in the water and commemorate those that we've lost in the August 8th, 2023 fires, which, the toll is horrific. It's over 100 people, but a lot of people still have PTSD. And this will be maybe a step towards healing. So stay tuned for more info. We'll relay it on the show as we get the information, but we'll be involved in this also.
Yeah, it'll be an amazing event, and I think that everybody should, ask questions about it, find directions toward Wilmot, check with anyone. You know the people that are going to have some knowledge about what's coming up. But it will be worth being there and being involved. The lantern idea, I think, will be very spiritual and very meaningful to everybody for different reasons.
Well, the Jodo Mission there at Baby Beach, right next to Mala Wharf, where the Jodo Mission was before the fire. Historically, they did on Memorial Day the lantern ceremony, where they lit candles and set them adrift in the ocean. Ecologically, there were people out there in canoes and kayaks and so forth to get the candles, but it's a good ceremony. It's very, very, very spiritual, and another chicken skin moment. There's also a full moon on that date.
Well, that'll be very, very meaningful.
The moon will come up right around 7-ish, and as the sun sets, we're going to have a full moon coming up. So we'll see a full moon. We'll see the sunset off Lanai and in the channel between Lanai and Molokai, and then we'll have the full moon over the West Maui Mountains. It's going to be a real chicken skin moment.
It'll be really spectacular.
Yeah.
And I think maybe it'll give us all a feeling of new hope, for our world. New hope for Lahaina.
Yes, which is sorely needed. It's very much needed, and so and again, we'll be walking. We'll be doing the walk.
We can do that walk.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
And for those that are not able to do the walk, we're trying to figure out a way to get some golf carts so they can participate in this. It's not going to be a huge crowd event from the standpoint of spectators, but more participants. And, I'm really looking forward to it.
I am too, and I think it will be spectacular. And I think there will be more people than you can even imagine are going to come out for that. And a lot of them will be spectators just because that's how the world goes. But I think people will want to be there when it starts, and even more so, be there when it ends. Be there at Baby Beach, be there for the sunset, be there for the moonrise, be there for everything.
Yeah.
Be there just to support whoever did it.
And I'm not sure as far as a formal ceremony at the start or at the finish, but it's going to be more of a time to stop, talk story with your neighbors, your friends, and remember all those that we need to remember going back to the August 8th fire of 2023.
It is the worst tragedy of all time. Roy and I were in Kapalua at the time, and I would have thought from what we could see, which wasn't a lot, but we could definitely see fires burning. We thought it was somewhere, I did, above Kaanapali. You thought closer to Lahaina, I think, at the time. But I remember feeling that it had to be a tragedy that could be like 1,000 people will pass away. And it wasn't.
It could have been.
It could have been.
Yeah.
And I think, 100 people is more. It's a tragedy. It's the worst tragedy I hope any of us ever are involved in. But I think that, to respect that, to come out for this, to have the candles go out. And I didn't know that there would be boats out there to pick up the candles that are floating.
Yeah,
I never knew that was happening.
Yeah, to be ecologically correct, you don't want to just set adrift candles to float out and pollute the ocean.
No, I just hadn't thought about it.
Yeah, so it's going to be a well-planned, well-thought-out affair, and again, maybe a cause to rally for those displaced by the fire and those affected by the fire.
And for those who passed.
Yes, definitely.
Some special prayers for them and their families, because the loss is unbelievable.
Yeah, the PTSD continues. We have a friend who was affected by the fire, escaped as the fire was about 2 minutes away from his house. And he went through kind of a healing process. Everything seemed to be back on a fairly even keel, and then the Los Angeles fires happened. And watching that on TV, he had pretty good flashbacks to the fire in Lahaina, and went back into kind of a depressed state, with watching the fires in LA, the LA area. And fortunately there, as many people didn't die that as died in the Lahaina fire, but still the PTSD affects a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm sure it does, and it will continue to. Anyone that lost somebody will never be over it. When you drive back and forth out of Lahaina and come back to Lahaina and see the crosses that are there, it's amazing.
Yeah, they're gradually opening up different areas of Lahaina so you can drive through.
Front Street.
Yeah, it's not a matter of basically sightseeing, because there's not a whole lot to sightsee except for what was there in the past. And big hats off to the Army Corps of Engineers. They did a great job in clearing, and the whole process continues now with the first remains going to Olowalu and then now being transferred from Olowalu, over to the East Maui side of the island, to the Pu'unene landfill area. So, the healing process and the whole remediation continues.
Yeah, and be careful now to be patient with whatever is going on. So far, we've been hearing that it's going to slow traffic down more.
Oh,
It
yeah,
doesn't
there's
appear
been-
that it's been that bad.
No,
To me, it hasn't.
No, but the transfer is going to start soon from Olowalu over to East Maui.
I thought it did start.
Not quite yet.
Oh, okay, then.
Yeah, but it will. And, brings up another topic that kind of really irritates us is the speeding that's going on now.
Oh,
It's horrific. We're living on a great island, and like our friend Guy Hagi says, the best weather in the world.
the best weather in the
Yeah.
world. Guy Hagi's weather.
Yeah, and we're living in the best place in the world, and let's respect everybody else's rights. And if you're in a 45-mile-an-hour zone, there's no reason you need to go 65 or 70.
I mean,
And,
there's no reason you have to go over 45 in the areas that are 45 miles an hour.
yeah.
And if you get a ticket, you've still got a ticket.
Well,
Whatever you're speeding. But we're saying people are going 65 and 70
more than tickets,
in Lahaina.
it's a safety factor.
Yes.
And no need
No need.
to speed.
I mean, people are driving on the Pali. I haven't been after night coming back very often recently, but when it gets later in the day, people are bumper to bumper. They're sitting right on your bumper. There's no way that you can I'm not going to start speeding just to get out of their way. It's very difficult to try to pull over. And I think that everybody's got to become more patient. But if you only drive the speed limit, you'll be okay. You'll probably get there just as fast as if you do 60 and 70 and then have to slow down to 40. So I
Well,
think don't
yeah.
speed.
Safety is a big issue. So, no matter what you're late for or whatever, unless it's a dire emergency, obey the speed limits.
And remember, if you don't get there at all ever, you were definitely speeding.
Yeah.
Whether you've been stopped and detained or you cause a horrible accident. Don't do that. It'll ruin the rest of your life if that happens. Don't do it. Please don't do it.
Yeah. So,
Drive the speed limit.
yeah.
Let's
sure.
all do it.
So, we're actually in a real estate show. We can diverse off.
We kind of forgot about real estate sometimes.
Yeah. But, we're part of the community here and we care. So, just our announcement.
Well, I'm glad we talked about it because we've said this for the last couple of weeks and we haven't done it. But I really do think it's vitally important for all of us. And whoever is listening, spread that word a little bit. Just don't do it. I mean, it's not worth it. And none of us ever think it will be us that will cause that accident. And people could die or will die. It's awful. Please don't do it. Let's all stop it.
People have died.
People have died, and it's still happening.
Okay.
Anyway, we could come up with a couple of properties here.
Yeah, how about real estate?
We could do it. I was going to just mention briefly Kapalua. The market keeps pretty strong at Kapalua. Not perfect, possibly, but it's good. Market is good. And I'm liking that a lot. But I think all in all, the market can be a little bit sluggish. But let's talk about some of the listings that we've got here today.
Yeah, first of all, we're Coldwell Banker Island Properties. We're based in Kapalua, our office, but we do have offices throughout Maui. We have offices actually on the Big Island, KAOI, and now Oahu. So if you're interested, you're living in West Maui, but are interested in upcountry, come see us. We can direct you to one of the experts upcountry, or if you're in Wailea, Kihei, and you're looking to come over to West Maui and Kapalua, contact us. Come see us. Look at all the listings, sakamotoproperties.com, courtesy of Meyer Computer. They do our website, and you can access all of the listings on Maui.
You know, I was looking as we were driving over today at a couple of listings that I thought were pretty interesting. Kahana Manor has a listing, a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, $530,000, and I think that's a good deal.
It's a good deal.
It's a great deal. I think you could live there forever. It doesn't do, I don't believe, any short-term rentals. It would have to be long-term rentals, I believe. Now, I'm not an expert on the property, but I think it really is one of those great places. And Dolly's Pizza, right there.
That's right.
Dolly's Pizza. We pick up one of those every so often, and it's always great. But $530,000, 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 3rd floor, and I think it's really a really good deal.
Here's something really, really rare on Maui. How about a home in Wailuku? Under $1 million. It's listed at $895,000. You really can't find residential property almost anywhere on Maui under $1 million. So Juliet from our office has a listing at 610 Kailana Street in Wailuku. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It's an older home, but it's a great price. And again, it listed at $895,000. Just has been on the market less than 2 weeks. So 610 Kailana Street in Wailuku, listed at $895,000. And you can get all the info going to our website, sakamotoproperties.com.
You know, there's another one in Kahana, which I think is interesting. Single family, listed at $1,490,000. It's been on the market for just 5 days. 3808 Lower Honoapialani Road, single family home. I think it's really worth taking a look at it. It's on the more or less southern edge of Kahana, a little neighborhood known as Mihinahina Estates, just a short distance away from almost everything that you want and need. But it's really a reminiscent of old Hawaii, charming 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, feels bright and light and open, newly constructed in '23. So I think, again, it has a seamless indoor to outdoor floor plan, great lanais, and it really is something that you should see. That's listed in our office by Mihaila Stoops, who is usually available, and you could call any of us. Call us, and we'll direct you to Mihaila. But I think it's really worth talking about real estate right now, looking at something and making decisions while the market is still in a lower end.
Right. And here's another really great buy. It's a Holly Royale. Unit number is A211, A211. It's a 1-bedroom, 2-bath, listed at $579,000. It's listed at $579,000. Holly Royale is a great little development, mostly owner-occupants, some long-term rentals in there. No vacation rentals, which is nice. And
it has everything.
Yeah. And for $579,000, this is brand new on the market, just been out for a couple of days. And again, Juliet from our office has the listing. Go to sakamotoproperties.com, Holly Royale A211. It'll give you all the details, and also how to contact Juliet or Roy at 808-870-7060 or Betty 808-870-7062.
Okay, we've now been given the 1-minute warning. I guess we've talked enough for one day, but it's been a fun day. I think it'll be great for anyone that can get to us right now and make some decisions about the real estate world.
Oh, absolutely.
Or about coming to the event.
Yeah.
And here
absolutely.
it is, Danny Couch, back with us.
Final message, obey the speed limits.
Obey the speed limits. Please save a life.
We all love Hawaii.